there. If I could say anything. Can we skip this back? Perfect.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm Christy-Faith. Hello, everybody. How are you? I am Christy-Faith, and I am here live with you guys. Come on in. I'd love to know where you are from. Please come in and tell me where you are from. I'd love to know if you are considering homeschooling or if you've been homeschooling a while, what state you're in. Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Come on in. I'm so happy to see you. I am Christy-Faith. I am going live right now before we're heading off to a birthday party. I have had so many questions come in today that I thought I would go live to answer your questions live. We have had an incredible influx of new Thrive members. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. My name is Christy-Faith. I am here to answer any of your homeschooling questions. I want to know who you are. I'd love to know where you're from. I just got on here. We are live on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. And on TikTok. Welcome, everyone. I'm so happy to see you. I'm here to answer any and all homeschool questions. If you are a homeschooler who is considering homeschooling for the first time, I really want to know that tonight. If you have been homeschooling a while and you are a veteran, please stay because I can never get to every single comment and you can help me out. I would appreciate the help. Please let me know what state you're in and how many kids you have. And a bonus is what type of homeschooler you are. There are 9 different pedagogies for homeschooling. I'd love to know which one you are. Do we already have a question?
We have several. And
already?
Yeah.
I just got on.
I know. Jessica needs some help with Thrive. Can you tell her to email and we'll take care of her?
Jessica, we will take care of you, no problem. Email, should she email the hello?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, and that's one of the reasons why I'm live is there is such a crazy influx of questions about Thrive and about the workshop on Saturday. So I am here to answer any of your questions about those 2 things tonight. I hope you're doing well. Do we have another one?
Yeah, P Squared Mama Indiana, considering homeschooling.
Hi! I'm so glad you're here tonight. What are your questions for me? I would love to answer any concerns you have. In my link tree, you guys, please look at it. I have 4 freebies in there, and they're not lame freebies. I'm not one of those people that makes lame freebies. I have a 26-page free How to Homeschool guide. That's a great place to start if you're new. I have a 5-minute homeschool style finder quiz, also free. There are 9 different pedagogies in which you can homeschool. And what's different about the homeschooling world that a lot of people don't realize is that all the curricula options that are super duper overwhelming, I know, they're so overwhelming. They all fall into one of those categories of the 9. And so you really need to know your homeschooling style before you spend any money, because what you might end up doing is buying a curriculum that you hate. So take that free 5-minute homeschool style finder, and I'll be around. I just got on. If you want to go and take that quiz and come back and tell me your results, I can help you with curriculum. So please go and do that. I also have my top curriculum recommendations. That is free in my bio, and I also have a free book list.
Yep, and P Squared Mama follows up with, I have 2 kids, very structured, love routines, so that's perfect. She takes the quiz, come back.
Yes, take the quiz, come back, and let me know what your homeschooling style came out as, and I will help you.
Oh, and Abby, Dula Abby says, I'm so thankful for Thrive. By the way, I signed up for the free trial yesterday. I'm wondering if I can go ahead and just do the lifetime. Yeah, we'll take care of you, Abby. We'll send you a link.
Yes, Abby, we'll send you a link. I know, Jules. Jules, do you know why I'm here? Is because I have office hours tonight. And then before office hours, we have a birthday party at the pool. And we have gotten so many questions about the dollar trial and about the workshop on Saturday. It is so helpful to answer the questions live, which is why I came on here today. I know, midday. Jules, I'm glad you're here. Will you help me out?
Brave new
Jules is in Thrive, and was it Abby that Abby? Were you at office hours? Are you going to be there at 7 tonight? I'd love to see you. I think you were at office hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And yeah, she's the one from New Jersey. And
Oh, I know who you are. Okay. Yes.
Brave New Homestead wants to know, what's Thrive? I'm new.
Yes, so Thrive is my homeschool community. If you don't know my background, there is a little button in my link tree that lets you know my background and why I am qualified to mentor homeschooling moms. I've been in the homeschool space for the education space for over 20 years. I have been homeschooling for a very, very long time. I homeschooled other people's kids at our learning center before I homeschooled my own. And I firmly believe that homeschooling is the best possible, healthiest way to raise and educate a child. And a lot of moms don't have confidence in themselves. So my heart, the reason why I started Thrive Homeschool Community was I wanted to crush self-doubt. I want moms to believe in themselves, to know that they can do an amazing job. And the mamas in there are phenomenal. So Thrive is my private homeschool community. I have a team of mentors in there. We have office hours where you come and ask questions. We have workshops, like a huge planning workshop that's happening on Saturday. On Saturday morning, I am doing a 3-hour-long fail-proof method of planning out your entire homeschooling year. This is something that's incredibly intimidating for brand new homeschooling moms, and I have a method that actually works. How many of you guys double tap if you've made plans before just to realize a week later or less that they don't even work and you can't implement them because there isn't breathing room or space or margin? This happens to us homeschool moms like crazy. So right now, Thrive is in a $1 trial. You can try my group for $1, completely risk-free. And so if you are a mama who is considering homeschooling, or you've been homeschooling a while, we have quite a few mamas who are veteran homeschoolers because we have specific office hours for moms of teens, moms of littles, moms of elementary. Tonight at 7 Mountain, we're doing office hours for all ages. So go ahead and check my link tree and click the button for Thrive and get all the information.
Elvia Trejo over on YouTube. We're from California. We've been homeschooling 3 years. I have a 9-year-old. We do traditional homeschooling with Seton, but are looking for something more flexible.
There are so many options for you. Would you, you're on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Please go to my link tree and take my website, Christy-Faith.com, and take my free quiz. It's the 5-minute homeschool style finder. And then come back and let me know what your results were. And then I can guide you as to curriculum options that might be a better fit for you. And I'd love to do that. And I'm here and I'm ready.
Jeremiah, do you have content about starting homeschools for other kids?
No, I don't make content about starting micro schools or things like that. No.
Yep. Okay.
My heart and my calling is to empower mamas.
Let's see. Antoinette, how to get kids to love reading. Both my kids have ADHD and anxiety. Very hard to read to them.
Okay, I have a couple of tips without knowing you. I do have some tricks up my sleeve regarding how to get kids to fall in love with reading, become binge readers, etc., or just fall in love with literature. Number 1 is don't be scared of audiobooks. And when you are doing audiobooks or reading out loud, I highly recommend that you make them binge-worthy books. I have a free list of book recommendations. When you have a reluctant reader, I love binge-worthy books to make them fall in love with story. When I have reluctant readers, what I tend to not do is force them to read on their own. I sit down with them, read with them, get excited about what we're reading, or we listen to an audiobook together, whether it's in the car or whatever. That's a kind of a backdoor way of getting them to fall in love with story, because what happens is then eventually, and I'll give you another tip, and eventually they will start to pick up the books on their own. Now I'm answering this question as if there aren't any disabilities like dyslexia or things like that that would prevent them from being able to do that. The other thing that I want to say is that when you are reading out loud, to stop at a cliffhanger. So that means don't always stop when a chapter ends, or if it's a really good book, usually the chapters end on a cliffhanger. Stop on a cliffhanger when you have full attention from your kids. Stop. Make them beg you to keep reading, and don't keep reading. Don't do it. Say, well, we're going to have to find out tomorrow, because what you're going to do is your kid is going to be thinking about the characters and what's going to happen next. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to leave that book out on the coffee table with a bookmark for where you left off. It might not happen today, might not happen tomorrow. It might take some weeks, some months. But when you keep doing that, what will probably happen, I hear thunder, is your kid will end up picking up that book and reading it. So, is this a formula for every kid, that every kid's going to become a binge reader? Absolutely not. There are a lot of things going on with reading. One thing that I want to say from my educational background to keep in mind is that a lot of students don't love reading because they don't have they do not have comprehension. Comprehension is something that might need to be remediated. So reading is two things. Reading is the ability to read, right? The phonetic processing of reading. But also, if you are not making a movie in your head when you are reading something, it's not enjoyable. Have you ever, everyone's done this. You've read a page in a book and it was like in one ear, out the other, and you had to reread the page. Well, the first time you read the page, you did not do something that's called, someone can write this in the comments, it's called concept imagery. Concept imagery. That is basically what comprehension is. So when you read it the first time and you're like, wait, I don't even know what I just read, you did not have concept imagery. Then when you read it again, you made a little movie in your head while you were reading. And that is what comprehension is. Here's the thing. For one, this is not taught in school. And two, for some kids, it does not naturally click. So that is another reason why a kid would not like reading. It's because their brain is not doing the concept imagery. We used to do a lot of remediation for concept imagery at our center. So there could be a lot going on with why your children don't enjoy reading. So I'm going to leave it there because I don't know you. I haven't read IEPs. I don't know the profiles. So, but this is an ongoing conversation that you and I can have and problem solve together if you join Thrive. This is what we do in the DMs and then if things ever get to a point where situations are really complicated, where we need a consultation, you get consultations for half off with me and with Marnie when you are a member of Thrive. But we try to avoid that. We try to solve everything through office hours and through DMs for your membership price. So, and this is why I started it, because I can do consultations all day long. I had a fabulous one yesterday. There's not that ongoing relationship. So I set this mom up, but there's no follow-up, like, did that work? Did that not work? Do we need to make tweaks? Generally, people who I do consultations with end up joining Thrive anyway, because we need that follow-up. We need to go back and forth as to, did that work? Did that not? Why didn't it? Okay, I think we need to try this now. And that's what we do in Thrive. It's that ongoing relationship of figuring things out, figuring out curriculum to buy, problem solving, and things like that. So, and right now you can try my group for just $1. We're doing a $1 trial. It ends what time tonight?
9:29 p.m.
9:29 p.m.?
Yeah.
We have a crazy storm right now. The $1 trial ends at 9:29 p.m. My membership is only for moms and dads.
And Antoinette says, oh, so sweet. This is the best advice I've been given on this topic. Thank you.
Antoinette, are you serious?
That's
That is
awesome.
very sweet of you to say. Thank you. Well, we did a lot of reading. We did a lot of this at our center. We had moms sitting at my desk Why is my kid not reading? Why does my kid hate reading? And we had to solve the problem. We had to figure it out. So we had a whole department for specialists who were trained in how to remediate this. Yes.
Oh, purple switch, so sweet.
Purple switch, Jen! Oh my goodness! I was telling, okay, Jen. I was telling Scott last night, I was like, oh, I love Purple Switch. I want to be friends with her. It was so fun to meet you in person and to talk to you yesterday in office hours. It's so nice when I know your handles. Hi, Kayla.
She's like, I swear I should always have a notebook near me when you're live.
Oh, that is so sweet. Oh. And Kayla's here. I saw Kayla today in office hours. I always love seeing Kayla.
Key Guy 5 said, okay, where do we go? Utah, wanting to start homeschooling this fall.
Okay.
I've been doing Good and the Beautiful this summer to
Okay.
try it out.
Okay.
And Quiz said, Charlotte Mason, interest-led unit studies.
Ooh.
Are we all three? Do we combine or pick?
Okay, yes. So you were Charlotte Mason. What was she? I know this is a crazy storm outside.
Charlotte
Are the
Mason.
kids outside? I think it's hailing.
No, they're in the garage.
Okay.
Charlotte Mason, interest.
I don't think our pool party is going to happen. It's literally pouring outside right now. And our pool it's a neighborhood pool. It's right up the street. It's one of the kids' birthdays in our cul-de-sac. You know, because homeschoolers don't have social skills.
Yeah, Charlotte Mason.
We don't good outside.
Interest-led unit studies
Okay.
are all three. How do I pick?
I'm sorry. It was Charlotte Mason.
Unit studies and interest-led.
Charlotte Mason, unit studies and interest led. So here's what I did with the 5-minute homeschool style finder that's free is I could have asked you 100 questions and completely narrowed it down to exactly what you are. We needed this quiz to be 5 minutes. So what we've done is we have narrowed it down to your top 3, and you are to read those 3 and figure out what resonates with you. But here's why, after the fact, I'm so glad that we narrow it down to 3, because there is no reason why you can't pick your favorite components from those styles and incorporate them. So for example, if you came up as Charlotte Mason first, right? That was kind of how you scored on top. I would recommend that you buy a Charlotte Mason curriculum, but then at home you implement it in more of an interest-led way. Isn't that great? So Charlotte Mason curriculum options are The Good and the Beautiful, Simply Charlotte Mason. Someone can write these down. Ambleside Online, Beautiful Feet Books. What else is there? Charlotte Mason. Quite a few others. I can look at my list to make sure I'm not forgetting any. So, and those are what you would want to look at. I love doing history in the Charlotte Mason style. Let me see if I forgot any. Gentle Feast, I forgot. And a secular version of Charlotte Mason homeschooling is called Build Your Library. And the rest I remembered. I did pretty well.
Did great.
Yeah. So I hope you guys wrote those down real fast.
Kayla says, have you heard of Inquisi-Kids? Kids are doing first box right now.
No. Kayla, will you send that to me? Will you DM me in Thrive and send me like a link? I want to know all about that.
I think it's a box.
Would you turn that fan on?
Learning history, sure.
My sweet husband.
Sweet Candy Bakes. I have a 6-year-old finishing kindergarten. I'm classical Waldorf unit study.
Classical Waldorf unit study. Wonderful. Do you have a question for me tonight? Classical Waldorf unit study. I would love to.
Sabrina says, is there a laid-back homeschooling routine for toddlers?
So I don't recommend doing homeschooling for toddlers. I like to say wait till 3, and when your child is 3, do just a beautiful play-based, we're talking under an hour, not even at the same time, preschool of exploration, going outside. Of course, we all should be reading to our kids from the moment we give birth to them. And so really at toddler, it's just about reading out loud, having them explore the world, and listening to them and answering their questions about the world. They are beautiful little sponges and have that connected, close relationship. so that when you're ready to homeschool, you guys are connected and your child trusts you, know that they are safe with you, and that you can provide them an amazing education through homeschooling.
She follows it up with, do you recommend a good first grade curriculum for classical?
Yes, first grade curriculum for classical. What you're looking at is, write this down fast. You're probably
What's in your list too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I can rattle them off, but I have a freebie that lists all my favorite curricula options. Now, the options on my list, they're not only the ones I use. The ones I use are on there, but they are well-respected curricula options that a lot of people know well and love well and have been around a while and can be trusted. So I have an entire list by subject in my link tree, and it's free. So for classical education, you're looking at Claritas or Cross 7 or Classical Conversations, Classical Academic Press, Scholé Academy, IEW for writing. You should be reading The Well-Trained Mind. If you came up as classical and you have not read the book Well-Trained Mind, you certainly need to grab that from Amazon. Grab it from my page. It's on my page. And then Memoria. I forgot Memoria Press.
Elvia follows up with, I took the quiz, got traditional classical unit studies. I've been doing traditional mostly because I'm a single full-time working mom with no help. I wish I could do more fun stuff. Supplements.
Yes, absolutely. I totally get it. And here's the thing. When you are a full-time working single mom, you have to have your kids relatively independent. So I absolutely understand. What I would do is schedule the fun stuff in a way that you can handle and that is doable, and in a way that is open and go. Okay, so for example, something, I don't know how old your kids are, but look up knowledge crates. They actually sponsor me, and they're going to be sponsoring my podcast as well. Look up knowledge crates. It's literally your activities are delivered in a box to you. So all you have to do is carve out a half an hour or 45 minutes, even once or twice a week. And now you've turned into the fun, spontaneous mom. I think we have a coupon for knowledge crates. Do you guys want the coupon code for that?
Faith 15.
Faith 15. If Kayla's still here, could you write it? Man, I'm hungry. Have I not eaten dinner?
I don't know. Jody Cox Stamps. Thanks for being patient, Jody. If your homeschool high-flying child is dual enrollment, do they also need AP courses?
No. No, they do not. Thank you, Kayla. You're so great. I appreciate it. No, you do not need, because technically, what is an AP class? And I'm going to give you a little argument that dual enrollment's better than AP classes. So let me tell you why. So what are AP classes? They're to take the advanced placement test in order to get college credit for your high school classes. Well, if you do dual enrollment, you're getting college credit for high school classes without having to study for this big fat honkin' AP test. So I think there's very good arguments for doing dual enrollment. Now, downsides for dual enrollment for high schoolers is you know, depending on the program that you use, not all dual enrollment is accepted everywhere. So you really have to know. I would narrow down what colleges you're considering and make sure that whatever dual enrollment you do, that you will get the credit at the college that your child might go to. So those of you who are homeschooling high schoolers, here's my advice. We did college counseling our entire career. My advice that I'm giving you is the same advice I would give parents who have their kids in public and private schools. You have to work backwards when you're making your high school plan. Okay? What I mean by that is if your child is not college bound, your kid is not college bound, you don't have to worry about that type of coursework. If your student is college bound and looking more towards the humanities, like maybe wanting to be a lawyer, or like me, I wanted to be a historian when I was in high school, then you're going to make sure that those liberal arts colleges, you look and narrow it down. It could be 7 colleges that could be potentials. And you make sure that your high school coursework is fulfilling the requirements. Now, if you are more scientifically minded, you're going to do more of the science and the math. Like here we have School of the Mines. How I would advise a homeschool student who wants to go to School of the Mines is different than how I would advise a homeschool student that wants to go to a liberal arts college. So you work backwards and you make sure your coursework will apply.
Sodak Mom, any advice for curriculum for kids with dyslexia?
Okay, so for kids with dyslexia, it's not actually about the curriculum. It's more about how you're teaching it. So every curricula out there can definitely be adapted. What I will say is for my precious kids with dyslexia, my sister has dyslexia. She has quite a few of the dys's. Her growing up was really hard. She still carries a lot of trauma from being in special ed. But what I will say is I would probably avoid a lot of computer-based programs with a lot of tracking and boring stuff. Kids who struggle to learn, please, I beg you, do as much interest-led as you can. Make science fun and hands-on. Make reading awesome with living books, because there are subjects that are going to be harder, right? But they still have to do them, right? If they have dyscalculia, math is going to be really hard. If they need remediation with their reading, that's going to be harder. So my suggestion, if your child has dyslexia, is going into this knowing some subjects are going to be a lot harder for your child. So let's make the other ones just pure joy. Pure joy.
Yep. Elvia was just a follow-up. She was the single mom, not a lot of help, fun stuff. She said, I'm worried about being in California and leaning toward accredited because I'm worried about future changing laws.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that now. The homeschooling movement is growing. It's only getting stronger. I do know your concerns. However, we have some pretty massive organizations in our country that fight. They fight for homeschool, for parents' rights. So I would simply navigate where the laws are now. If laws ever change, you would make adjustments, but you would never get in trouble for something you did previously before a law was enacted. Does that make sense? So, and then you want to make sure that you are up on the law so that you don't accidentally break the law. But pretty much if there was something big that happened in California, you would know about it. You might want to consider joining HSLDA if this is causing you some anxiety, because they will give you alerts about your state.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. My school district is giving me a hard time with overreach. Nothing certified mail. Should I ignore?
Okay, we have someone whose school district is doing overreach. Are they sending you truancy letters? I would absolutely have legal support. So you can get legal support in several ways. There's many organizations in your state. You can contact your biggest homeschool advocacy group. Most states do have one. Or you can contact HSLDA and sign up with one of these groups so that you can get legal counsel. It's pretty serious if you're starting to get truancy letters. That's something you need to take care of. You do not ignore letters like that.
My son is Brenda over on TikTok. Brenda, my son is 9 and is struggling with writing stories. In the state of Texas, they do the STAR test. Is there anything I can do?
Your son is having trouble. One, that's normal at age 9 for a boy. So don't stress out over that. Are you a homeschooler? I can't tell if she's a homeschooler that's taking the STAR test or if her child is in school, of course, taking the STAR test.
Yeah. She says yes.
Homeschooling?
Yeah.
Okay, what curriculum are you using right now for writing, for composition?
Okay, we'll wait to hear from her.
Okay.
The lady before said no truancy.
Okay, so do not ignore letters, though. When you're getting letters from this, you need to save them. You need to have a plan. Okay.
Yep. Oh, he will be going public. Maya Academy? My Academy?
Me Academy?
Yeah.
Yes. Who is this?
This is the STAR tester.
Okay. The child is struggling in writing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to suggest some other writing curricula options. So he's doing Me Academy right now. I would look into something like writing and rhetoric or IEW to get the foundational skills down. It could be something where enrolling him in a live online writing class where he shares his work and there's cool discussions with kids his age. That might be really nice for him. I have enrolled my son in a composition live class. It's his favorite class. And I just did it because I work and I needed the time. So I have 2 hours per week where he's in this live class with an amazing teacher. But it ended up being such an incredible blessing. He's made friends all over the world. He reads his work. His friends read their work to everybody. They go into breakout rooms. It's great.
Yeah. Okay. Do you recommend, let's see here. Do you recommend HSLDA over Heritage Defense? Or would I need to consider both?
I think both will do the job just fine. Good question.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Awesome. So
Brenda, so if he was struggling doing an out-school writing class, do you suspect anything deeper going on with language processing? That's immediately what came to my mind. There could be something going on with his language processing.
Yep.
The process of writing is pretty complicated. People don't realize it.
Yep. Okay, cool. Well, we are getting tight here.
Okay.
But we'll take just a couple more questions.
We can definitely go till 5:15.
Okay.
For sure. At least. Yeah. We'll be here for a while. If you guys if you are homeschooling, whether you've been homeschooling 10 years or you're brand new, on this Saturday at 9 a.m. Mountain, I'm teaching everybody my fail-safe method for planning out your entire school year. In 3 hours, your entire school year will be planned. Very exciting. So you can find out about that in my link tree. That is for Thrive members. And right now I have a $1 trial. You can try my group and take that workshop with me for $1. Yes.
And that trial ends in 4 hours?
Yes.
31 minutes?
The trial ends in 4 hours. There's a weird time.
9:29.
9:29 p.m.
So you got 4 hours. 4 hours. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I've got a husband who isn't totally on board with homeschooling. Mm-hmm. What should I do?
Okay. I wish my book was out because I have an entire section on unsupportive spouses in my book. So, but
before you jump to that,
okay,
is asking, is your group a Facebook group?
No, my group is on a private, what is that called? Network? It's on Mighty Networks. I'm so glad we're not a Facebook group, let me tell you. Yeah. Oh, wait, I'm on Facebook right now. Love you, Facebook.
And sorry to get you off track there. This is the husband who's not sold on homeschooling.
Okay. So a couple things. There are 9 things I share in my book about what you can do when you have a spouse who is unsupportive of homeschooling. I think the most powerful piece of advice that I can give you right now is to, 1, listen. Hear your spouse's, in this case your husband, hear his concerns, even to the extent of writing them down. And also write down your concerns with them staying or being in public school or private school. And try to have healthy discussions that are very respectful of one another regarding the educational path you want to take for your kids. The other thing, and this is what I want everyone to hear, is that when you decide to homeschool, you're not deciding to homeschool for the next 12 years. You can take it year by year. You can go to your spouse and say, hey, I really want to try this. I think I can do this really well. I want to hear your concerns. Sometimes the spouse's concerns are for you getting overwhelmed too, which is really, they love you. So you can go to your spouse and say, look, what if we try this for a year and then we reevaluate? But I'd love to give it a try. there will be no harm done if you try this for a year and then decide that you're going to enroll your kids back in school.
Yep.
Nothing bad will happen.
Belle says, do I need to already pick my curriculum before Saturday to plan the year? I just joined Thrive.
Okay, no, we're going to pick curriculum together at the workshop. Yeah.
And she just joined. So.
Yay! I'm so glad you joined.
Sadie Porter says, do you have any good recommendations for writing in 3rd grade? Everything I'm seeing is 4th grade and up, but I think my 3rd grader is ready.
You know, I do know that IEW and Classical Academic Press do start composition in 3rd grade if you feel like your child is ready. I don't think it's necessary to start in 3rd. You could. And then most other language arts programs do it, like it's incorporated in it. So, but yeah, if your kid's ready.
Yeah. Okay. Softball mom over on TikTok.
Hi.
Can you share some of the books you've read on the public school system?
Yes. Well, you're going to love the book I wrote, but you would love John Taylor Gatto. Absolutely read John Taylor Gatto. Oh, you guys, in my Amazon store, I have parent reads. I have recommended parent reads in my Amazon store. So go look at those. You don't have to buy them from my Amazon store. You can just buy them on Amazon. But Anastasia, hi. I love you too.
The softball. Yes, I've read 2.
Crimes of the Educators is another one.
Yeah.
If you're not annoyed by conservative values, Crimes of the Educators.
Yep. Let's see. Antoinette says, how do you feel about treasure hunt reading?
I don't know what that is. What's treasure hunt reading, you guys?
Ooh, Cass. How do you respond to people who say homeschool is detrimental to socialization?
Oh, girl. Girl! Okay. Do you want to hit the play button? All right, so here's the thing. I have an entire chapter in my book. It's so big it might turn into 2 chapters. So 1, what I want you to hear about homeschool socialization is there is 0 evidence, and there have been studies done, 0 evidence that homeschoolers are less socialized or not socialized. 0. In fact, 87% of peer-reviewed studies show that homeschoolers are healthier socially, emotionally, and psychologically. Now, as opposed to this, there are a lot of statistics regarding the detrimental mental health crisis in our public schools, but there are studies that link this directly to the social environment in our schools. A fantastic book on this is called Hold On to Your Kids. It's a book on the disorder that's called peer orientation. Someone can write that, and it's also on my Amazon page. Hold On to Your Kids. So, it is the most common rebuttal to, oh no, I just got a text from the neighbor. She's asking if we're still going to the pool. But I can't text her back right now. That's okay. What did I just say about socialization?
You were talking about peer orientation.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, peer orientation. And regarding socialization, actually the studies show that homeschoolers are healthier. Keep in mind, there's a couple things that people accept as normal that are not healthy. So for example, I want you guys to rethink age segregation in our schools. Why do we think that having our kids in groups of all kids their same exact age, why do we think that's healthy? I was an introvert that went through school feeling very lonely. Anybody can relate to that? Did they go through 12 years of the school system feeling incredibly lonely, like they didn't belong? Just because your kid is in a crowd of other kids does not mean that they are socialized or socialized in a healthy way. The bullying statistics are through the roof. 50% of girls going through public school will be sexually harassed. The statistics for sexual assault is also extremely high. All those numbers are very low for homeschoolers. So when someone comes to me with the outdated belief that homeschoolers are not socialized, I am telling you, it takes everything in me not to lose my ever-loving mind with that ignorance. At the same time, right? Take a deep breath, Christy, because it's like what I deal with every single day with homeschool socialization. And heart this, you guys. Like, what was your school experience? Was it a happy experience for you? Another great book to read, or you can just read up on Brene Brown, which is the difference between fitting in and belonging. Our schools are places where if kids don't fit in, they are ostracized and bullied. So rather than going there to be socialized, they have to pretend to be someone they're not in order to fit in so that they're not traumatized. I can go on for hours on this.
Yeah, Lola, scary. Public school was so lonely.
Yes, I was very lonely going through.
Got in trouble because I was bored, says Courtney.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just a lot.
It's very shaming for any child who has special needs. You have to walk up, pick up your test, and walk outside of the room to go to a special resource room to take your test. It's just awful. So shaming.
Oh, purple switch. Rants that give me goosebumps.
Oh.
For real.
Sorry.
Oh, Anastasia, if you're a neurodivergent or even odd personality-wise, it's miserable.
It is. It really is. And so, what people really want to see, this is what makes people uncomfortable. Okay, do you want to hear what's really going on? The worst possible thing that can happen to you in the public school system is to not fit in. That is a formula for bullying, ostracization, just really a miserable experience if you don't fit in. Homeschoolers, because our experience or our kids' experience is nothing like what happens in the schools, they are very comfortable in their own skin. They wear what they want to wear. In homeschool culture, being quirky and being yourself is accepted and loved. What makes people uncomfortable is when a homeschooler presents as if they're comfortable in their own skin and they think, oh, that kid's socially awkward or that kid's weird, because that kid does not look like or act like all the other kids. But here's what I want to say, and here's what I want you to hear. If our kids' social experience is nothing like the social experience of kids that go through school, and their educational experience is nothing like the kids who go through our schools in our country, why on earth do we demand that they look and act the same as the kids who have gone through our whole public school system or private school system? Of course our kids will look different and act different. And for many of us, that's kind of the point, right? Like double heart, isn't that the point? So I don't care that my little girls play in the cul-de-sac and they're in their dress up with their stuffed animals and this or that, and other girls their age look much more mature, act much older. They're not acting that way out of health. They're acting that way out of survival. Kids are growing up way too fast in our system. I want to keep kids innocent as young as possible. Okay, so that's my rant. There you go.
Lola said, my daughter just admitted she has to be fake or she doesn't fit in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All of us did. Yep. So don't even come to us and ask us how our kid is going to be socialized. We should be asking them that, quite frankly.
Beadbook Sarah. So the follow-up to this is, do you advocate for the public school system to be better?
I do not advocate. Oh, here's going to be another rant. I do not advocate for the public school system to be better, and here's why. I am a trained historian. I have an entire chapter in my book on how the public school system came to be. The public school system is not broken. It is working exactly how it was designed to work, and it is doing a very good job at doing what it was designed to do. So my answer is no. I encourage moms and empower. My calling is not to reform the system. That can be other people's calling to change the system. My calling is to connect families, bring them back together, and empower moms that they can take back the hearts and minds of their kids. And they are more than capable of doing, not just doing it, but doing it exponentially better than what the system is doing. So no, I do not work in the system to try to change the system whatsoever. I'm totally busy full time just trying to empower moms that they are enough. The amount of self-doubt that homeschool moms have, it's enough to make you cry. It's why I started Thrive.
Yeah.
Because we don't believe in ourselves. We're told by society that we can't do this, that we're not qualified, that somehow we need a credential to do this. Absolutely not true. Absolutely not true.
Yep.
I'm feeling a little passionate, even though I'm hungry.
Maybe that's why.
Oh. If you guys want to try Thrive, we're in the middle of a $1 trial. You can try my group for just $1. You'll get kicked out in 6 days if you don't want to join, but please join. I have office hours tonight at 7, so in a little under 2 hours. You can come and ask all your homeschooling questions, but you can actually, we see each other and you can unmute yourself and it can be more of a conversation. And then this coming Saturday, I'm doing the biggest workshop of the year. It's where we're going to all come together and plan out our entire homeschool year. It's going to be awesome.
Lola asks how to join. Cass asks what's Thrive. Brianna says I love how feisty you are.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Brianna. Okay, good. I know. I am a little feisty. That's why TikTok's a fit. So you can find all of the information about Thrive in my link tree. I think it's the first button.
Yep.
And the $1 trial ends tonight at 9:29 p.m. So, and we do not know when we're going to offer another free trial. So,
Ariana says homeschooling.
Or $1 trial. It's not a free trial. It's a $1 trial.
Who can afford to stay at home, says Ariana. Homeschooling only works for dual incomes.
That is not true, Ariana. No. I work full time. A lot. How many mamas in here are working homeschool moms? Something to keep in mind is that homeschooling does not take 7 hours a day. It takes a couple hours. And then once your kids get older, they're quite independent with their work. It's not that you're not involved. But homeschooling is nothing like the 7-hour school day that our kids have to go through for 12 years straight. So no, it is not only for the privileged. In fact, they've done what?
Oh, so much support. Yeah, full-time working moms.
Yes.
Too. Single income family, single income.
Yep.
Everybody.
Yes, absolutely. We make so many sacrifices to homeschool our kids. In fact, people they accuse us of, oh, well, that's only for the privileged. They've done statistics on the average income of the homeschool family. It is well below the national average, which shows, no, we're not coming from a place of privilege. What we're doing is we are sacrificing in order to do this. I have known families who weren't able to do it right now, and they have done a year plan, a 2-year plan, even moving states. Not that you have to do this, but to put themselves in a position where they could homeschool. So if this is something that you really feel is the right thing for your family, nothing's going to stop you from doing it. Pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, I work full-time in homeschool with a traditional homeschool program.
Nice. Love it. Love it.
Yep. Okay, cool. That's great. It's honestly cheaper for our family of 3 to homeschool than send them to our local public.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yep.
Homeschooling can be free. There's free curricula options out there. Some states will reimburse you.
Oh, Jenna says, I'm homeschooled currently and I feel like I missed out on school activities as a high schooler.
She's currently homeschooling or
Yeah.
was homeschooled?
Currently.
Yeah, talk to your parents about that. Absolutely. There's no reason why you are missing out on activities. But I want you to talk to your parents about that and tell them your feelings regarding that. I want you to feel seen and heard.
Amy,
We have prom, we have sports, we have all this. We have programs where at a school, you can take one class and then be eligible for all the high school sports. So, and that's something that you can research yourself even because you said that you're in high school and present it to your parents and let them know. Yeah, I'm so glad you said that. I'm glad you're here.
Yep.
I want you to have a really great homeschool experience in high school.
Oh, Amy Nicole popped in. We really want to homeschool. I just don't know where to start.
I have a 26-page free homeschool guide right there. It's on my link tree. Go get it. It's 26 pages and it's free. And that's where you should start.
Yep. Ferg, in Kansas, I need to register as a school to take my kids out because of laws. Do you know about that?
So all the state laws are different, but you do need to obey your state laws. Yes.
Amy Nicole follows.
It's not hard to do the laws. So it's pretty like it's pretty much as easy in most states as doing a passport, right? Like it involves a couple of hoops, but not rocket science. Most states are that way.
Amy Nicole follows up with, I have a 7th grader, a 3rd grader, and a 1-year-old.
7th grade, 3rd grade, 1-year-old. Nice.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, Brittany says, join Thrive. I was in your position and found the group to be perfect.
Oh, yay, Brittany. I'm so glad you're here. Yay. Are you going to come tonight at 7?
Yep. So.
I have office hours at 7, so if you want to join now, you and I can Zoom with Mary, with one of our mentors at 7 p.m. and you can unmute yourself and ask us questions. The dollar trial ends tonight at 9:29 p.m. So if you have been on the fence and if you don't have mom community, if you don't have support, if you don't have people to go to for advice, you really should join Thrive. Seriously. It's way cheaper than joining a co-op. I mean, yeah, we want to join co-ops, but in terms of like how much it costs for you to get community, plus we have amazing mentors in there. You should just look at everything we do. Yeah.
Later, have you had anyone try homeschooling where it works for one child but not another?
Yes, I have had that. There's ladies in Thrive where homeschooling works for one child and not for the other, and there's a lot of reasons why that can be the case.
Courtney says, I'm really struggling with my 5-year-old wanting to do lessons. I also have a 2 and a 1-year-old.
The 5-year-old does not want to do. I'm wondering what curriculum you're using. Can you put what curriculum you're using?
Over on Instagram.
And your 5-year-old might not be ready. Your 5-year-old might not be ready for kindergarten. 2 of my children, I did 2 years of kindergarten. And I'm so glad that I did that. Just because a kid turns 5 does not mean they're ready. And I want to also say this is for all parents of any ages. Resistance to learning, something is under that. Because human beings are created to learn and to love learning. So when there is resistance, there is a reason for it. And getting to the bottom of that can be a little bit tricky. It could be a learning disability. It could be parenting. It could be all sorts of things.
Yep. His Glory Co. over on Instagram, do you do classical curriculum?
I personally do some classical curriculum. I consider myself more of an eclectic homeschooler with a classical and Charlotte Mason bent, with an interest-led flair. I'm eclectic.
Okay, cool. So should we...
All right, guys. I think we're going to sign off. I think we're going to take these kids to the party.
4 more hours till...
All right, 4 more hours till our dollar trial ends. And maybe I'll see you guys in about an hour and 40 minutes for office hours on Zoom. So can't wait to see you then. All right, bye, everybody.